in a beautiful city that's even more lovely in December, Nuremberg, in the southern German state of Bavaria. I'm really looking forward to seeing the famous Christkindlesmarkt. And I'm in pretty good company around here. About 2.5 million visitors roam the streets of Nuremberg's Old Town during the Christmas season in order to take in this very unique atmosphere. They come from all over the world, as Nuremberg has become an international tourist magnet for pre-Christmas trips. And today I want to try and find out why that is. What does Nuremberg have that other cities don't? Walking through Nuremberg's medieval Old Town will give us a good introduction to the city. We'll also check in with Globetrotter Steve Hainisch, who's in a winter wonderland, otherwise known as Finland. And we'll see sunny skies too. This week's viewer video takes us to the Colombian island of San Andres. I'm going to start my stroll at the Schöne Brunnen, or Beautiful Fountain. It resembles a gigantic Christmas pyramid, a traditional holiday decoration here in Germany. The fountain is situated right on the market square where the famous Christkindlesmarkt is held every year. But it's not just lovely to look at, it's said to have magical powers. Turning this gold ring is supposed to be good luck and to grant you 3 wishes, but there's no telling anybody what they are, or else they won't come true. Now let's check out the Christmas market. It's still early in the day, which is why it's pretty quiet, but that will change dramatically in just a few hours. Handicrafts, regional specialities, and the typical market stalls with their striped canopies are all unmistakable signs that you've found your way to the Christkindlesmarkt. And if you time your visit right, you might even catch a show on the market stage. While hundreds of Christmas markets are set up around Germany, the one in Nuremberg is considered one of the most beautiful and traditional.
As darkness falls, the market comes to life. A growing number of people, locals and visitors alike, wander through the labyrinth of stalls, taking in the magical Christmas atmosphere.
I like all the Christmas spirit and all the lights, and everybody's just together, and like everything's super decorated for the holiday.
It's all about the atmosphere and everybody being full of goodwill and joy at this time of year, and it's that feeling of being together outside in the cold, and that feels really Christmassy.
The Nuremberg Bratwurst sausages are a must, and mulled wine, of course. And then looking at all the stalls, it's just special somehow.
The market opens on the Friday before the first Sunday of Advent and closes on Christmas Eve. Every 2 years, the people of Nuremberg elect a Christmas angel called the Christkind. It's a tradition unique to Nuremberg. The Christkind attends various charitable events, but her most important task is to open the Christkindlesmarkt.
The Christkind invites everyone to the market, and all who come are welcome.
The tradition of the Christkind in Nuremberg dates back to the 1930s, but the Christmas market itself is much, much older. It was in the 16th century that Nuremberg craftsmen first set up stalls in the central marketplace during Advent. They sold toys and sweet treats. It's basically the same now, with the addition of a few more local specialities, like the delicious Nuremberg Bratwurst sausages. They sell particularly well at Christmas, as does mulled wine. Thousands of liters are consumed during the Christmas season here in Germany. But probably the most important Christmas tradition here is Nuremberg Lebkuchen, or gingerbread. Copies of Nuremberg's Christkindlesmarkt can be found all over the world, but there's surely no topping the original.
Wow, where do I start? This is Lebkuchen, a gingerbread popular in Germany. It smells like a delicious mixture of cinnamon, cardamom, and cloves. Every baker has his or her own special recipe, and not one will reveal the exact combination of their secret spice mix. The company Lebkuchen Schmidt ships tons of this deliciousness to every corner of the globe.
Our tins of Lebkuchen are particularly popular among tourists, as a souvenir or a gift for loved ones back home.
Decorative tin boxes like this one have become collector's items over the years. Those with medieval motifs are especially popular. But right now, I'm far more interested in what's inside the boxes. No matter where you look, you can't help but notice how much the Middle Ages seem to have shaped Nuremberg. Most of the sites around town date back to medieval times and have turned out to be the biggest tourist attractions of the city.
Visitors to Nuremberg often can be seen taking photos. And there's certainly no shortage of worthy subjects to capture on camera. We begin with the city's most famous landmark, the Kaiserburg, or Imperial Castle. The German Kaisers rarely stayed here for long, but they did come here often, using the occasion to hold lively parties. And every newly elected Kaiser held his first imperial diet here. In the city below, homage is still paid to the Kaiser. The Church of Our Lady features a glockenspiel. Every day at noon, 7 electoral princes file past the Holy Roman Emperor Charles IV. It's another popular tourist attraction. The medieval sites are all located in the center of the city, and so close together that they can easily be reached on foot. The bridges over the Pegnitz River are another popular motif. The Hangman's Bridge is an original wooden construction from the Middle Ages. "90% of Nuremberg was destroyed during the Second World War, but in many areas it's still possible to get a sense of how the city must have looked. For example, the 22 houses of the Weisgerbergasse, or Tanner's Lane, have been completely preserved. The street was once home to medieval craftsmen. But those who had really made it opted for something more grand. This Renaissance mansion was home to the Tucher family. They earned their wealth from trading in spices, Nuremberg's #1 source of income at the time. The Tucher mansion, with its grand staterooms and banqueting hall, is now a museum open to the public. So all in all, Nuremberg is definitely a city with medieval appeal.
And here's a little something you might be interested to know. If you're keen to get the complete medieval experience, you can spend the night in the castle. It houses a hostel. And you can also take in the best view of Nuremberg from up here. And from the cold German winter, our V-Mail now takes you all the way to the sunny Caribbean. Our viewer Juan from Colombia traveled to the island of San Andres and sent us sunny regards. Enjoy.
We want to know your favorite place to go on vacation. Send us your videos. You can upload them at dw.com/travel.
Back at the Christkindlesmarkt, I'm on a mission. I'm looking for something in particular. Let's see if I can find it. Nope, that's not it. This is amusing, but not what I'm looking for. Ah, that's it. Here they are. Albrecht Dürer's Praying Hands. Dürer was one of Germany's most important Renaissance artists, and Nuremberg is just the right city for all those of you who'd like to find out more about his work. He spent a great part of his life living in this city, and his former home has since been turned into a museum.
In 1509, Albrecht Dürer moved into this half-timbered house. It was both his home and his workshop. He lived here for 20 years, together with his wife Agnes. Only the kitchen has been preserved as it was when he lived here. Interactive media stations give visitors practically an A to Z on Dürer's personal life and his work as an artist.
Walking through the house, you can basically follow his entire biography. Or you can focus on specific aspects, such as what was Dürer like as a person, and how did he behave towards others? Or what were his key artistic ideals? As a Christian, how did he respond to the Reformation? What was his response to humanism and to the educational reform of his day? These are all questions that we try to answer.
Amazingly, the house survived the destruction of the Second World War. Albrecht Dürer was a multi-talent, a painter, printmaker, and an inventor, and one of the most colourful personalities of his day. In the workshop upstairs, we find his world-famous Praying Hands. This work is one of the most reproduced motifs in art history. The workshop also reveals more about the artistic techniques that Dürer used and developed, including copper engraving. The highlight of the museum is the Dürer Hall, featuring copies of his famous works in their original size.
If you wanted to see the originals of all these works, you'd need a lot of time and money, and you can't be afraid of flying. Today, the originals are in major museums all over the world, including the Louvre, the Uffizi Gallery, the Washington National Gallery. Many are in the Alte Pinakothek in Munich. No Dürer exhibition in the world could show you originals of all the works you see here.
The main body of Dürer's artwork at a glance. All his paintings gathered in the very place where they were created.
Now I'm going to meet someone truly special who's particularly popular in southern Germany. Her schedule is positively packed at the moment, but she was kind enough to make some time for us. Christkind, nice to meet you. How many appointments have you had so far today?
You're my fifth or sixth appointment today, I think.
You holding up okay?
Yeah, sure. It's a bit cold, but that's okay.
The Christkind has the honor of opening the Christmas market for 2 years in a row, and this is your second year. What are your fondest memories of your time as Christkind?
Oh, there are so many. But most of all, it's the moment you approach people. They always smile at you, and their eyes shine, whether it's children or adults. That always motivates me and gives me a lot of strength.
How is the Christkind chosen? Do you need special talents?
You have to be a Nuremberg resident between 16 and 19 and at least 1.60 meters tall. You need a head for heights and you have to be prepared to be out in all weathers. And you have to be friendly and able to approach people.
This is a full-time job. You're on duty non-stop from the moment the market opens until Christmas Eve. What's a typical day like for you?
On a typical day, they pick me up at 9 a.m., so I get up at 7. I normally visit 2 nursery schools in the morning. Then if it's a Tuesday or Thursday, I have a children's fairy tale hour, and then I go to the children's Christmas market and go on the rides with them. Then I walk through the Christmas market for an hour. And then I visit retirement homes, hospitals, charity events. I usually get home around 7.
When you're up there on the balcony welcoming everyone to the market, do you experience stage fright? This square is packed with people. Don't you get nervous?
I was a bit nervous, but after all the preparations, it was good to get started.
Christmas can be a little stressful. Tell us, are you happy once it's over?
Not really. Obviously, it's nice to know after Christmas Eve that you'll have a few days off. But a week later, I'd be quite happy to carry on.
What about the time after Christmas? Where does the Christkind go on vacation? Or don't you get any time off?
Last year, I actually took 2 months off. I spent a lot of time at home or meeting friends. You know, things I couldn't do during the Christmas period. This year, I'll only take a few days off because I need to catch up on my studies. I have exams at the end of January. And of course, I'm not at university at all this month.
So no Christkind spottings in the Caribbean?
Maybe in February.
What do you do when you're in a city you don't know well and you're hungry? Follow the golden rule and look for the place where the line is longest. So many people can't be wrong. Nuremberg sausages are quite small, which is why you're always given several at once. A real treat, both delicious and affordable. Glimmering lights, delicious treats, and this very special smell. It definitely is the season, but I don't know about you. I don't really start feeling like Christmas until the first snow starts to fall. No matter how old, we all dream of a white Christmas, don't we? Well, it looks like Globetrotter Steve Hainisch had his dream come true. He traveled to Finland, a safe bet for snow lovers.
Our quest to show you the world's best winter wonderlands took us to Finland.
Welcome to Finnish Lapland.
Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere.
Now the real fun starts because we're about to tube down this hill.
We're in an ice igloo right now. I don't know if you've ever seen anything like this, but it's warm and it's beautiful.
Where do we go from here? We could go anywhere.
Of course we can't leave this place
without having a drink at the ice bar.
Keep this. This is how we start each day here. Today we're about to ski in the Illes ski resort.
Where do we go from here?
Through the forest, guys. Fresh powder. What shouldn't be missed if you're in Finland?
As Finnish sauna. Cheers from the sauna.
It's time for the ice hole.
Oh god! Ah, god! Oh my f***ing god! Oh, that's enough of that. Holy shit!
It's hot tub time, guys. Good morning, guys. We are on a
reindeer safari.
This is how you get to work in Finland. You take your reindeer sleds.
Maximum speed!
Now we're at maximum speed. He's going crazy. We're getting snow in our face.
The good stuff. Yes.
Then we ended this trip with a tasty dinner and got to see the northern lights on our last night.
It was beautiful Lapland. Looks like we are finished.
Kiitos.
There are many ways to travel in style, but I'll admit I'm pretty excited about this one. I'm going to take a tour of the market in an old stagecoach. The coach is a replica of one dating back to 1874, and it perfectly suits the atmosphere here at the market. But we're still missing one very essential element of the festive season spirit: Christmas carols. We're looking for somebody to sing us Christmas songs from their home, or festive songs from their home country. Where are you guys from?
No, I can.
Just a bit.
清しこの夜星は光
Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht.
All is calm, all is bright. Da 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 da.
Bum bum bum. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose like a light bulb.
You could just make something up. Please, please, please.
Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
종소리 울려라, 종소리 울려. 우리 섬에 빨리 달려, 빨리 달리자. Hey!
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
Ich verneige mich. Der beste Weihnachtssänger auf dem ganzen Christkindlesmarkt.
Alles gut. Frohe Weihnacht.
Ihnen auch. Wow, that was impressive. A perfect finish to a lovely day at the Nuremberg Christkindlesmarkt. I'm definitely in the mood for Christmas now, and I hope so are you. Thanks a lot for joining us. Take good care, and happy holidays wherever you may be. And now for a final word from a very important person.
I wish all DWTV viewers a very Merry Christmas.